horses through my car today. We are in the car like always, but I just want to make sure you guys can hear me before I jump into everything. So just gonna wait 1 second for somebody to say yes, that you can hear me before we have the conversation that we're going to have this Tuesday afternoon, because it is Tuesday, y'all. Let's see. Anybody can hear me? I don't know. The live chat seems to be frozen or slow or what's going on. It's a YouTube thing, I guess, which... Alice, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, Alice. I see your name. I see a lot of people saying hi, so hopefully that means that you can hear me. Like this? Okay. So thank you. All I needed was I can hear you. Okay, perfect. So listen, I don't know if you guys are aware of what has transpired with some big companies buying up a lot of stuff. You know that Tucker Carlson used to work for Fox. I believe Megyn Kelly was also on Fox. Piers Morgan, was he also on Fox? I'm not 100% sure if he was also on Fox. But they all left and they all went to do their own thing, podcast, right? Which I guess technically is what this is considered here on SquirrelTribe, is more of a podcast, because I don't edit really and I don't do that kind of stuff. We just have these conversations and you don't really have to watch in order to get the whole thing. Like you could just listen and it'd be fine, right? Well, these podcasts, a lot of these people, you're thinking to yourself, well, they are, oh, Piers Morgan was CNN. Okay, I can never remember where people are, so thank you for that. You think to yourself, well, you see them on YouTube, so maybe they're part of the YouTube platform. You hear them on, what is it, like Spotify and Apple and YouTube Music and stuff like this, but you don't realize that these people are all still under one company. I was not aware that Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Piers Morgan, and numerous others were not controlled, because that's not the right word, but they had I want to call it like a management company called Red Seat Ventures that oversaw all their stuff. It's like a talent agency kind of thing, I guess you could say. But yesterday, out of nowhere, Fox decided to buy out Red Seat Ventures. So now Fox owns the rights to Tucker Carlson again, Megyn Kelly, now Piers Morgan, and numerous other people. Like, there are so many people under this umbrella that Fox has gotten back. But it's interesting because they're buying up the conservative channels and the true crime channels, because that's what the Red Seat Ventures was over, a lot of conservative channels. And Fox taking it over, buying them out, I think is a great thing. Personally, I'm like, hey, listen, Fox, you want to add me in? You want to come by my channel and put me in with Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson and Piers Morgan and all them? I will happily go under your umbrella, because look at it this way. I feel like it is I'm looking at it as like a safety net kind of thing. You know what I mean? When you have this platform, YouTube is left. It is owned by the left. It is run by the left. It is pushed to the left. You can't get very many conservative voices to get a big reach unless you absolutely happen to be Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly, maybe Candace Owens. They can get some big reach. But smaller channels, myself, Trish Reagan, I don't know if you guys watch Trish Reagan. She has 500-something thousand subscribers, and she gets low views, in my opinion, based off of her subscribers. Stephen Gardner, 1.5 million subscribers. He gets low views based off of what his subscriber counts are. But then you go look at places like Midas Touch, that little shit factory over there that pumps out videos all day long. They have millions of subs, and they are making videos and getting millions of views. And it's like, how is this a thing? With Fox coming in and taking over Red Seat Ventures and now being able to, control's not the right word, but give a little ass behind the people that need to be heard more. The conservatives, the Republicans, the right wing, the whatever you want to call them, put a little ass behind it, because Fox has pull, right? More so than Red Seat Ventures, but you have Fox up there who are going to have the ability to ensure, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it, how I see it and how I think about it. Try to ensure that these people can't be canceled by mainstream media, by the left, by whatever else. I think it's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to read I want to look at one of these. Do we want to look at the one from New York Post, Reuters, New York Times, Hollywood Reporter, Yahoo Finance? They're all kind of meh, right? Let's see. Fox Corp acquires Red Seat Ventures to tap podcast market. So it purchased Red Seat Ventures, a digital media company whose clients include former stars Megyn Kelly and all of them. But you have to realize that that is a safety net for them. For me, myself, I talk about this all the time over here with y'all. The reason I have X, the reason my husband and I have Patreon, where we post videos over there, news related and everything else, and personal stuff, you know, if you guys want to see us moving in the house and all that other stuff, it'll be over on Patreon. But we have these backups because at any point in time, YouTube could decide, because they are more left, that they don't like the fact that I am clearly more right, and they could just cut me off. I've told you guys numerous times how I had an RFK Jr. video up and YouTube didn't like it. There was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing disinformation in it. Absolutely nothing wrong at all. But they did not want that information out there. They took the video away, slapped me on the wrist, and gave me a warning. If my channel gets a certain amount of warnings or a certain amount of strikes, it just goes away. I have no say. I get no notice. I just wake up one day and it's gone. And it's happened to a lot of people. I feel like with Fox taking over the people that were under Red Seat Ventures, they have more of a safety net, because if little old me has YouTube go through and yank my channel out from underneath me, what do I do? What do I do? You know, if YouTube does that to Candace Owens. Candace Owens had a management, whatever, that she was able to have talk to Alphabet, which is Google, which is YouTube, for her. She could have done it herself. She's a big enough person, but she has somebody over her. If something were to happen with Tucker Carlson's channel or with Megyn Kelly's channel, now they can go, hey, Fox, I need you to go talk. So you have big dog against big dog instead of, I don't know, runt of the litter over here trying to plead my case on why my channel should have something. I know I'm not considered like, I don't consider me new, like a news channel. I am not a Megyn Kelly. I'm not a Tucker Carlson or any of them, because I'm way too opinionated to be considered a news channel, I believe. But because I do talk about news, I'm also not considered just like a people in vlogs kind of thing. I don't know what the crap I am. I am the I don't know, everything bagel of YouTube. That's the stupidest way I could think to phrase that, but that's what I'm thinking of. I'm a little bit of everything, and so I don't fall into any real category, which may be why YouTube never pushes me out. I feel like at 200, I think we hit 251,000 subs. I love y'all immensely for that, by the way. Thank you. I feel like at that, I should have some sort of reach, which, you know, it is what it is. I don't, and it's fine. But if I were to be able to be part of the safety net of Fox with Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly, let me just tell you, I would do it. And I wouldn't look at it as selling out, because I know a lot of people, they see the title of selling my channel and they're like, oh no, what a sellout. No, it is a way to ensure that we still get to have these conversations. Like, I am seriously wondering what the odds are that somebody small like me could get into that group of people and have some sort of like protection. Think of the kid who's getting picked on at lunch, and like all of the really popular people kind of put their arms around the kid who's getting bullied, and now nobody bullies that kid anymore. I want to be that kid that's getting bullied and everybody protects me. Like, that's what I think about with Fox News taking over this Red Seat Ventures. I think it's going to be a really, really good thing for the truth to continue on. You know how advertising on these channels, how it goes. When we were talking about the election, and I was basically dragging Kamala Harris because bitch was drunk all the time, made absolutely no sense, word salad, whatever. When I was dragging her, interestingly enough, YouTube was putting positive Kamala Harris ads in my video. They weren't putting Trump ads. And when I would talk about Trump, they would like, no views, no nothing whatsoever. If I were to speak positively about Donald Trump, it felt like we were getting smushed down and blanketed, because again, it's a very leftist platform and they don't like having certain conversations. And I do it anyway. I still have the conversations knowing good and damn well that there's the possibility I'll wake up and my channel will be gone with no warning, because I don't give a fuck, right? Like, I still have the conversations I want to say, and do what I want to do. But it would be nice. It would be nice to have the ability to, like think about it, Brett Cooper. So Brett Cooper was with, what Matt Walsh was with? Daily Wire, right? Candace Owens was Daily Wire. Matt Walsh was Daily Wire. Brett Cooper was Daily Wire. And I have a feeling that Daily Wire may like suck donkey balls based off of how people have left it. Amala Ekpanobi was Daily Wire before she went solo. Everybody left Daily Wire that was on Daily Wire. I think maybe Matt Walsh is still there though. I think Matt Walsh is still Daily Wire. But that is one of those things of like a safety net in ways. But then when Brett Cooper left Daily Wire, she has her new channel on YouTube. She's over on X and all that other stuff. I feel like that was a not safe place for people to be. Again, I'm not part of Daily Wire. I have absolutely no idea how that works. But if I could be part of something that gave some sort of stability is not the right word either, but some sort of traction or backing or safety net, I think that'd be good. Think about, like, you have your job, right? You have your job, but even when you have a job, you still have, a lot of people have backup plans of, if something were to happen to this job, I would go work here. Or if something happens to this job, I have my 401k. If something happens to this job, I have this side hustle that I do on the side, like those kind of things. So I just saw somebody said the word sponsorship. I had my first sponsorship, and I looked at that as a way to have some sort of a security blanket, right? Because it gave me the ability to bring information to you guys about a sponsor that I agreed with and that I myself would look into, because y'all know I'm not going to do it if I don't think that it's something I personally would look into. We've had that conversation for years. That's why it's my very first sponsor, right? And two sponsored videos. And to me, that was also a safety net. Let's say that YouTube demonetizes me. Is that right? The right word, demonetize. Yeah. If YouTube decides tomorrow to demonetize me and not pay me for my videos, I still want to make videos because I still want us to have these conversations, but at the same time, nobody wants to work for free. You know what I mean? Like, these conversations, YouTube might be my job at the end of the day, but I do it because I love it. If my job no longer paid me, I would still love this, but I'd be like, we're gonna have to figure something out because mama needs to eat, right? So when you have a sponsor that's willing to you know, pay you or whatever else for talking about things that you already talk about, that's like a safety net. This whole Fox thing is a safety net, and I think it'd be amazing to be in something like that. Anyway, that's just me. I thought about it, that if Fox reached out to me and they're like, hey, Squirrel Tribe, I know you're not exactly Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, whatever criteria, but maybe you could get there one day. But then at the same time, it's like, what if they want me to like change how I am? But they let Megyn Kelly. Well, they just overtook them. So I don't know if Megyn Kelly's gonna, man, I hope they don't make them change. That would suck. I don't think they would buy up the people that they, and then try to change them, because then it changes everything. You know what I mean? Like, if I suddenly, think about it. If I suddenly started making videos like, who can I think of? I can't think of anybody. But like somebody who's 180 degree different than me, it wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't feel the same. I wouldn't expect y'all to feel the same way about me or the channel or the tribe in general, because it wouldn't have that the same vibe. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't want to be purchased by Fox. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, man, this could be great. But now, I don't know. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go back and read all these things. Let me see what I've got here. Hold on. So I know I saw something. If I can go to the top. Chris said, hello everyone, newbie here, single dad, West Coast, California. Chris, did you know that Denmark wants to buy California? Number one. Denmark is like, oh, Trump, you want to buy up Greenland? F you, we'll buy up California and we'll give them free health care and whatever else. And I'm like, so you want to buy California where there's open borders in California. There's a lot of, I think they said like a lot of people from China going in and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's a lot. I can't see everything. I know there's more than this and I'm sorry, but it's not letting me scroll through. But I appreciate everybody who has sent messages that some reason it's not letting me see right now. Anyway, so that's that. Currently, let me just really quickly, currently, I am not selling my channel. I am not currently selling my channel to anybody. However, if the right person or group, not person, if the right, you know, if Donald Trump came out tomorrow and was like, SquirrelTribe, your channel, it's huge, I love it, it's good, I want to have something to do with it, I'd be like, it's yours, take it, you can do whatever you want with it, it's all yours, I trust you, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, that's not the point of anything. It's just a very interesting situation to me when you have right-wing media corporations, because that's what Fox is, buying up more of a like independent kind of company. Because Marvin, 14 minutes late, sorry, don't let it happen again, Marvin. Red Seat Venture, or whatever the crap it was called, as far as I know, isn't left, isn't right. I feel like they're all in the middle of just independent whatever. But either way, anyway, yeah, let's get to a couple things that I have here saved to show you guys. If I can get my bookmarks to work. What are we doing here? This is what I want to say to you. Surprisingly, that's sarcasm, surprisingly, Bernie Sanders has said he is not going to vote positively for Tulsi Gabbard or RFK Jr. or Kash Patel, because any of us really thought he was going to. Bernie Sanders has been sitting with his head up his ass for the longest time. At least he took the mask off, right? At least he took the mask off. But either way, when it was, who was it? He was sitting on the Senate floor, sitting with his little pissant crossed arms, whatever, and somebody was either getting confirmed or was in the middle of talking. I cannot remember what it was, but everybody else is standing up and clapping and whatever else, and Bernie Sanders is just sitting here like this. And I was like, ew, you need to like fix yourself. But anyway, this was surprising though. I don't know how many people like Lindsey Graham, how many people trust him. Not so much over here. I'm not even gonna lie. I've never really been a fan of his, but listen to what he has to say about the USAID. It's like a minute and a half, so here you go.
You've spoken to President Trump about USAID, and what do you think about the way that agency has been dismantled without much notice, ability to plan around the world?
Well, USAID under scrutiny did poorly. I have been a big advocate for soft power. I'm a pretty hawkish guy, but I've been in charge of the 150 account, state foreign ops account, making sure the State Department is funded. To the men and women of the State Department, you're warriors in your own way. You serve in very dangerous places. I want you to have secure embassies and secure consulates. You represent the best of America. USAID is an agency that let us all down. I've been advocating for soft power for my entire time up here. And what I have seen makes me sick to my stomach. I am for helping starving people. I am for clean water. I am for making sure that we have ability to combat China and Africa, that we show up with the best of America. But Samantha Powers has been just texting me morning, noon, and night. Samantha, look in the mirror. The reason USAID is going to cease to exist as it did before is because it should. I can't go home and say, this is soft power. Operas, whatever agenda you got needs to be focused on making America safer and prosperous for working with people. So USAID is a victim of their own excesses.
Here's what I think. Look, I'm going to sound some type of way with this, but I think Mr. Lindsey Graham is mad because he didn't get anything broke off to him from the USAID. He got no pocket lining, no nothing. And I think that's the only reason why he's speaking out negatively against it. Or it's one of those throw him off the trail and he's sitting on all kinds of money from USAID and he's like, well, if I pretend like they're awful, maybe Elon won't look into my bank accounts, my tax records, my whatever else. So I'm going to get up there and be like, no, bad USAID, they're horrible, they're horrible, they're horrible, while he's stuffing more money in his pockets. He's not to be trusted. I'm not a fan. So that's that. I don't think he's great. This morning, I don't know if you guys saw this morning's live stream where I talked about Tucker Carlson and Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, and the American military weapons that are being sold to the drug cartels from Ukraine, where we keep sending them and whatever else. You'll have to watch it. It's a whole thing. But either way, Ukraine is trash, and so is Claudia Sheinbaum and whatever else. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. at that time, I mentioned to you this morning on this morning's live stream, I talked to you about the lady who was over a certain section of FEMA, the director of blah, 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 because I don't remember that part. And she is the one who, after Trump's directive, after his executive order that said, quit spending money on illegal immigrants, she said, oh, I'm deaf today. I don't know what you just said to me, and spent $59 million to house illegal immigrants in New York City in these like posh hotels. Hotels, by the way, that are owned by Pakistan, which is very interesting also, because that means that not only was U.S. tax dollars going to pay for illegal immigrants to stay nice and cozy in a bed with a roof over their head and a shower and some food, but that money was going to a Pakistani company, not even a U.S. company. Okay, so we had that this morning. Well, Benny Johnson came out with this just a little bit ago. Let's see, at 9:37 a.m., so more than a little bit ago. And this woman, very blurry picture there, my bad. He says, breaking. This is big. Senior DHS official has just confirmed to me that FEMA's chief financial officer, Mary Comans, was just fired for illegally funding migrant luxury hotels in NYC against the orders of President Trump. Comans is arguably most powerful person at FEMA, controlling billions in funding. This is the quote. Effective immediately, FEMA is terminating the employment of 4 individuals for circumventing leadership to unilaterally make egregious payments for luxury NYC hotels for migrants. Firings include FEMA's chief financial officer, 2 program analysts, and a grant specialist. I wonder if that's that lady we talked about this morning. I can't remember her name. Stacy something, maybe? I don't remember. She had a Karen haircut, so mentally I keep calling her Karen. Says, under President Trump and Secretary Noem's leadership, DHS will not sit idly and allow deep state activists to undermine the will and safety of the American people. And Benny Johnson said, this is an earthquake, because it is. It is going to shake everything up. Look how red my ears are. Y'all, when I get like riled up, my ears get blazing red. It's ridiculous. I don't even understand. It's always like one more so than the other. Anyway, it's also slightly sunburned, so there's that part as well. They got a little sunburn from yesterday. But the fact that she played the, oh, I wonder if I can fuck around and find out. Why, yes, ma'am, yes, you can. Here's a little FAFO for you. You tried it. You got shut down, and now you don't got no job, boo-boo. And here's the problem. You might have been able to have some sort of money, maybe a parting package of some sort, or maybe ask for government assistance. But I think we're a little low on those funds because all that money has been given to illegal immigrants. The irony of it, right? Like, she basically shot herself in the foot there. I just think it's great. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. I think these people who think that nothing could ever happen to them, they can just do what they want, do whatever they want, and nobody's going to do anything, seem to have forgotten who the current president is and how that man has balls of steel. Speaking of balls, I've always wanted to be able to say that. Speaking of balls, Elon Musk has changed his name to Harry Balls, B-O-L-Z, on X. Harry, H-A-R-R-Y, you know, because we got to keep it classy here. Harry Bowles, B-O-L-Z, because you got to pull emphasis. I think he had a little line over the O and all that other stuff. Harry Bowles. The best part of all of it, and I do not have the video here. I forgot to look it up, but please, my husband has it on his one of his videos from today. I don't know what he did. I heard it in the background, about lost my ever-loving mind laughing, almost choked to death on my own spit. I hear Dana Bash on CNN, right? She's on CNN, loud as hell, talk about Harry Balls. And I was like, oh my God. Elon Musk got you to say Harry Balls on TV, on national television, ma'am. He got you, the most unlikable person, besides Rachel Maddow or Rachel Madcow or Joy Reid or Behar or any of those cackling hags on The View. Dana Bash is like right up there in the ew, you know what I mean? And he got her to say Harry Balls. Just right there like that. Oh my God. Like, are you serious right now? I want to change my name to, I want him to change his name to something even better next time. Like, I don't know. I can't even do any of them. Like, my brain has all of these fun, stupid names in my head that you see on like YouTube shorts or TikTok bullshit, whatever, where they get somebody over the speakerphone. Mike Hunt. Look, I'm saying it the correct way. Mike Hunt. Have you ever seen Have you ever seen the SNL skit? Listen, a lot of people don't like SNL, but there's some really funny shit on SNL. And there was one where it was the Office of Changing Your Names or whatever. And one of the guys, his name was Mike Rodick. But they kept putting it together so it sounded like Micro Dick. And it was the funniest skit I've ever seen, but it's Mike, little pause, Rodick. That's how he would say it. And I'm like, if I could just get Dana Bash to say all these highly just inappropriate names because she doesn't know any better and will read anything you put on a teleprompter, feeling very, what's his name? Steve Carell in Anchorman? Is it Anchorman where they're like, he'll read anything you put on the teleprompter? I'm pretty sure it's Anchorman. Yeah, that's what I want, is Dana Bash to have to read all of these names because somebody has overtaken the teleprompter and she has no idea what she is reading and has to straight face it. Look, I love y'all in the comment section who are putting all of the names in there. Look, I snort sometimes. Don't laugh at me. Oh, the Jack one. Yeah, that one's really good. Phil McCracken, that one's really good too. So many good. Y'all, I'm completely distracted here with all of the names. I'm gonna have to go back through here and just screenshot every single one of them so I can use them in the future, or write really aggressive emails to Dana Bash in hopes that she'll get really mad and read them on air, and I'm just gonna put all the names in there somehow and maybe she won't even notice. But here's the thing I was telling you about. At first I thought this was like BS on Danish citizens wanting to buy Greenland, but like this is a real thing. So it says thousands of Danish citizens are launching an effort to buy California as a response to Trump's attempt to take Greenland. Boo-boo, he's not trying to take Greenland. There will be a trade-off. What I heard was that in order to get Greenland, they want like 2,000 tanks and all this other stuff. And I'm like, halt, wait a second. I don't know that we should acquire a country by giving them weapons. Like, if that was the case, wouldn't we own Ukraine by now? All the shit we've given them, all the money we've sent over there, are we leasing them yet? Do we own them? Is this a for rent situation? Like, but I don't think that's what we should do with Greenland. Either we find a way to incorporate it into the US, just like with Canada. I would like to really quickly jump out of this to this one comment. I would like to just say that I believe Donald Trump wants to incorporate Canada and Greenland into the United States for reasons outside of what most people would think. Think about it this way. If there are companies that are based in Canada, if we own Canada, they are now American corporations. If you have something in Greenland that is just amazing, whether it is minerals, it's a bunker, it's a whatever else, that now is American minerals, an American bunker, an American whatever. There's reasons behind everything. I tell you right now, Trump plays chess, not checkers. And this man is a genius. That's what I want to show you. No. Okay. Shit. I can't keep my mind straight. Okay. We'll finish the Danish and Greenland one. He said, this person says, they say they will provide Californians with rule of law, universal health care, fact-based politics, okay, and a lifetime supply of Danish pastries. That's why I thought that they were effing around. I'm like, really? Lifetime supply of Danish pastries? You're just messing with me, right? And then I'm kind of like, well, if that's the case, I might have to pretend I'm Californian for a second because I do love some pastries. I do love a pastry or two. But anyway, past that, this person here, I'm not even going to say their X account because I don't want them to get any traction because they're a fucking idiot. They said, Google has removed Black History and Pride Month, updated Google Map to Gulf of America. So what's an alternative search engine and map? Screw Google. And then, so I click on this because I'm like, oh, honey, you're so triggered. Let me see what's going on. So then I click into the comment sections to see what's happening. And people are so incredibly stupid. They don't understand that this person said, what will change in the name of the Gulf add to Americans? And the person who posted this said, nothing. Bitch, you are dumb. It adds everything. We've already talked about this. In the Gulf of Mexico, where Joe Biden signed the executive order or the whatever the crap it's called, that you cannot drill in the Gulf of Mexico, would have stopped us from drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. However, if it's the Gulf of America, we can do whatever the fuck we want. And these people have no clue. because they're stupid. And they just let people like Dana Bash and Joy Reid and those, cackling hags on The View tell them that what Donald Trump is doing is for no reason whatsoever. He's just doing it for his ego because he wants to do this, this, and this. Because either, two options here, either they really are stupid enough to believe the crap that comes out of their mouths, or no, that's it. I feel like that's the only reason. They're too stupid to understand exactly what is going on. Like, they're the ones where you go, listen, we don't need this new Common Core math bullshit. It does not take a page and a half of paper to figure out that 2 + 2 is 4. We don't need to draw out little squares and number them and color them and do whatever else it is that we do. When my daughter was learning division, she came home with this Common Core division shit, and I was like, what is this? She goes, it's division. I said, no, it's not. This is brain surgery. Division is simple. You draw the little thing, you put a number inside, a number outside. How many times does this number go in this number? You put it on top, you do the thing, you multiply it, you subtract it, there's your answer. Whatever she was doing, I'm like, ma'am, it should never take you 20 minutes to figure out 20 divided by 4. The answer's 5. The answer's 5. It goes in there 5 times. That's all you need to know. But we had to draw out all these different things. Why? Because people like this person here who don't understand why it's now the Gulf of America versus Gulf of Mexico. It's because of dumbasses like that we are where we are, where children are failing like everything and have no common sense, no regular sense, and right? And this is why we're getting away with the Department of Education, because Common Core math is stupid. That is all. That's all, y'all. Okay, I just want to read this to you real fast. This is from Elon Musk. Look, my ear is extra hot now because I've really just whatevered. Elon Musk says, and this is his words, his post on his account, at this point, I am 100% certain that the magnitude of the fraud in federal entitlements, being Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, welfare, disability, etc., exceeds the combined sum of every private scam you've ever heard of by far. It's not even close. We already talked about how 6.5 million people are over the age of 112 still getting Social Security. What? That doesn't make any sense. And yet here we are. I want to also show you this. This is just absolutely ridiculous. I told you guys before, I like eggs. I'm a fan of eggs. I eat eggs every morning. Eggs go in a lot of things. I can understand wanting to have eggs. What I can't understand, what I cannot understand, is standing in line outside of a Costco for 2 hours to get eggs. Especially if you stand outside of a Costco for 2 hours to get eggs and you get inside and there's no eggs left because Costco is letting people fill up entire flatbeds with cases and cases of eggs, and you get in there and there's none. Do you understand the violence that would ensue if I just stood in your stupid ass line for 2 hours for 1 carton of eggs, which number one would make me stupid as hell. But if I did it and I got in there and there was no carton of eggs left and you had an entire flatbed of eggs, it's not going to end well for somebody, and that somebody will not be me. So this is outside of a Costco. I just want you guys to maybe play fat sausage finger. This is outside of Costco. See that flatbed? That mofo's going in there for eggs with a flatbed. This used to be what it looked like during the height of that C-19 pandemic bullshit, when people would stand outside for hours to get toilet paper. I never understood that. If you have to take a crap, and when you're done, you need to wipe, as you should, because if you don't have to use toilet paper. There are other means. You could just use baby wipes. It's going to feel real wet and cold and a little gross for a minute, but babies get stuck with those things all the time. You don't see them complaining. You could hop your ass in the shower and clean it off the old-fashioned way. You could use a rag and then just, but still, toilet paper was not that big a deal, and people were losing their minds over toilet paper. People were buying toilet paper for $100 on eBay. If you have just dick around money like that where you can just throw it away, just give it to me. I will personally bring you a pack of toilet paper if you're just handing out $100 like it's nothing. I'm fine with that. These people are lost their ever-loving minds. I went to, was it Whole Foods? Publix. I went to one grocery store. Oh shit, I gotta go. I went to one grocery store yesterday. Well, I went to both, but I only looked at eggs at one of them. And I walked in, I looked at eggs, I looked at the price of the eggs, and I said, okay, goodbye. And then I left. I did not buy the eggs. I was not willing. Was not going to happen. I did not take a cart and fill it up and run out. No. Hard pass. Hard pass. The eggs that I used to get for $6.29, they now have them for, I want to say it's $8.50. It's the same fucking eggs. Same eggs, just different day. What was it? What, same shit, different day, SSDD, but now it's SEDD, same eggs, different day. Why am I paying you so much more? Because supply and demand. No, because corporations have figured out that we are willing to do this, and so they choke supply in hopes of upping demand so that we will go out like raving mad lunatics and stand in a 2-hour line at Costco to buy some eggs for a price that we would never pay when we are in our sane minds. And then as soon as all of that is sold, they go, unleash the choke. Here's all the eggs. You can have them back. But now your prices are here because we realize that you're willing to pay this for eggs. Why should we lower the price? No, just leave it. They're gonna buy them. I still have yet to see these millions upon millions of culled, C-U-L-L-E-D. The country in me does not know how to say that word. Chickens. I've never seen a chicken bonfire where they're just throwing all these chickens in. I've never seen the bonfire with all the eggs that have been thrown in. What I do know is that eggs are used in vaccines. So there's that. Anyway, that's all. I love y'all. It is time for me to go to Pilates now. Now that I've worked myself up, I need to go in there and, you know, practice the deep breathing and the whatnots. I love you guys immensely. I need this ear to calm itself down. It's a little, oh, side note, I see something about new house. We got the phone call today that we are, how did they phrase it? They phrased it, we are all good. We are good to go. We are good to close. And we close on our house next week, y'all. I'm stupid excited. So there might be a day or two next week where if you see me, it's for 5 minutes because I'll be very, very busy because we'll be moving from our apartment into our new house in a 24, 48 hour time period. I'm so fucking excited. I am so excited. It's absolutely ridiculous. You don't even understand. It's not like it's our first house. It's really not like it's our first house, but it is our last one. It is definitely our forever home. It's just, it's that feeling, you know, like every house we've ever owned, you have that feeling when you walk in that says, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to be with my family. This one was, this is where I want to be. This is where I want our family to be until we have grandkids and they can come over here. Like that's how I feel about this place. And it is just, I cannot wait to meet the owners at closing day to just, I hope they're there. They have to be there, right? They've always been there before. I assume they still have to be there. But either way, I can't wait to meet them and hug them and thank them for building a great house and taking care of it the way they did. Because like I told you guys before, the guy who did the home inspection was like literally, he called our realtor to say, this is one of the best houses I have ever done an inspection on. These people are really lucky. This is a great find. And I'm like, yeah, it is. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. So that's that. Okay. I love y'all. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your night. I wonder if I can see any of these things now that we're here. Let me see if it'll... All right, let's see. Richard Lyon. I can see you now. Richard Lyon, 1111. Hey, that's angel numbers there, right? 1111. I always make wishes at 1111. TV 100. Bail fund. There we go. Or a coffee. Maybe coffee in jail. Chris said California, expensive taste. Very much so. Cynthia Miller, you must have Irish or Scottish in you. My dad would turn beet red when he got mad. It's just one ear. I don't know what it's from. I have no idea. Chris said, did you know Nancy Pelosi is related to Newsom? Yeah, so technically not anymore and not blood related. They were related by marriage, but it's still fun to point out the fact that they're both fucking morons and somehow at some point were related to each other, which means both their families are stupid. And my own key. Oh yes, to the new house. I get my own key on next week. I'm not gonna say what day, on next week, and I'm very excited about that. So, and my mother-in-law is here. I love you. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go into Pilates now and just woo-saw the rest of this day and then go home and cook dinner for the family and finish packing. It looks like a bomb has gone off in our apartment. There is just boxes everywhere. Very hard to pack and have room to move around. It's not working out too well. But I've only got to live in it for another week. So I love you guys. I hope you have a good night and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Adios.